Okay, I think we're live now, right, Bishop?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Kamina Sue and Bishop Stewart here. And as you can see, the miracles of technology. Bishop is driving on his way to a meeting in Orange County, and I happen to be sitting in my house in Blenheim, New Zealand. So there you have it. I know we've got a few of our team members on today, which is pretty fantastic. It's been a while since we all spoke and connected together outside of Facebook. So as we know, it's getting to a pretty exciting time with the dropshipping businesses because we're knowing that the holidays are coming. It's definitely people have got the consciousness of, oh gosh, it's Halloween, oh gosh, Thanksgiving, and hey, it's Christmas, Hanukkah, etc. So we as dropshippers are in an amazing position to take advantage of the timing of the year and really make a lot of money at this time of the year. Instead of having to worry about money, we know that we can be generating a lot of money for our families and our loved ones. So quick update over here. Been doing a lot of stuff with Amazon, so I know that I've been posting on Facebook that guys, I know that Bill would be with me on this one, that it's super duper important to be thinking about upgrading to be selling on Amazon, because that's really where you want to be for the long term. Simply because the traffic is, and you've heard this so many times before, but the traffic on that site is really pretty tremendous, and it's just if you want to have a real sort of set it and forget it type of business where you don't have to deal with customer service, you don't have to deal with things going out of stock, all that sort of stuff that used to kind of wake me up at like 4 in the morning sort of stuff. Then you really need to be moving into the direction of Amazon FBA. And it's still relatively untapped, even though we know even though Amazon's such a huge site, there's not as many sellers on Amazon as there are on eBay, and especially not as many sellers doing FBA. It's pretty amazing, actually, just how much less competition there is. So that's why I really recommend that you think about upgrading to Genesis, and we're going to be sharing with you in a little bit later on in this webinar just a resource to kind of pique your interest in Genesis. But I also wanted to share it with you as well, because I know that you guys who are going really strong on eBay, you'd find this to be a really valuable resource as well. So just a little bit of an update. I think the screen has frozen. I'm not sure if people are still able to see me or see Bishop. Bishop, did you mute yourself? Bishop is actually doing this from his car using the Wi-Fi from his, I guess, the cellular network. So I don't know how robust this is going to be.
No, you're good, Carmina. I can see you.
Okay, good. Okay, great, guys. So that was just a little bit of an update there. Also, another thing is that you do need to be using your app, the Donut and Unicorns app. That is just literally waiting for people to just go and take full advantage of. Okay, so go ahead and use the app and start stockpiling stuff, especially toys and Barbies and things that are going to be hot sellers over the holidays. One of the things, though, is that I just got a little notice. If you're thinking about doing Amazon FBA and sending toys and electronics into Amazon, if you decide that you want to upgrade to Genesis and you decide to start selling on Amazon, you unfortunately won't be able to sell toys and electronics. You do need to have a little bit more of an account history. But that doesn't mean that you can't take advantage of price arbitrages on any number of other products, such as like small appliances or decorations or anything like that. I mean, it's still wide open, even though they did actually put that restriction in actually just recently. So that's a quick update from me, and we're going to be coming back to me in a moment. But Bishop, did you have anything that you wanted to share over the last few months, besides, of course, being a new dad?
Yes. Hold on one second. I'm actually going to be pulling over here. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, for me, one is it's good to be back to work. As you guys know, I had my son, so I haven't been working for the past couple of weeks. I've been working kind of off and on. I've been adjusting to my son, and any parents out there who've had a newborn, you know it's quite an adjustment. So I had to adjust to my son, and things are really good. So I appreciate all of you for all your kind words and everything concerning that. But we are back to work, and I've also been working with Carmina behind the scenes. We're working on something that is really going to blow you guys away, and so I've been really tied up doing that. But like Carmina said, right now, because of the time of year that it is, you really
Uh-oh.
get those listing numbers during the holidays. I can guarantee you, when you see how the FBA method is done, it's going to blow you away, especially during the holidays when you find a hot topic. And one thing that I wanted to train on earlier, but we had a little bit of mix-up on the earlier meeting, is how to get your listings ranked high on Google with a little bit of advertising that you can do and some additional keywords. You can actually get your listings ranked on Google. And so I wanted to do some training on that, so how you can become a bestseller and actually beat out your competition in any market, just about any market or niche, using some of these strategies that I want to share with you guys. But they're really internet marketing type of strategies that you can apply to drop shipping as well.
That sounds terrific. I think it'd be super duper useful, actually. We should definitely create, I think, a special training for that, especially since we want to be really taking full advantage of the time of the year. So we'll discuss that, Bishop, afterwards, and maybe plan a training around that.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. So with it, I know that somebody did not. We haven't got anyone in a hot seat position today. Would that be correct, Bishop?
I need to check the Facebook and see if anyone wanted to be in the hot seat.
Okay. I'm actually on the Facebook page now. I'm not really seeing anybody there at the moment. Okay. So if someone wants to step up and be part of the hot seat, even if you have been in the hot seat position before, I know that your businesses have progressed, and we'd love to better help you out and give feedback as to where you might be right now. Maybe you've had your limits raised, maybe you're selling in a different niche. If somebody would like to be in the hot seat position, we'd be happy to give you a hand and really get your business going even more. So
who do we have on, Carmina?
Who we have on right now? Just checking the hangout. We've got Tiffany. Bill just Skyped me and said he was having problems joining, but I think he now should be fine. And we've got Mervyn, and I think Deborah Jansen possibly, but I'm not seeing her name. Oh, actually, Deborah Jansen. Yes, I apologize, Deborah. Yes, you are here under the watching. Yes.
And Deborah, from me and Carmina, we just want to welcome you to the team, and we're excited to work with you. This is an absolute strategy that, one thing that I love about this in Carmina is that you see a lot of different things online, a lot of different promises and techniques and strategies. This is a proven strategy, not only from me and Carmina being successful in it, but there are thousands upon thousands and thousands of people around the world who are duplicating the same type of results and better with this strategy. What I mean by this is a real strategy. This is a proven strategy that you can turn into a long-time business. You can scale it up as big as you want to. In fact, one of my good friends, Jim Chow, who is a very big internet marketer and networker, just said that he's going to strictly focus now on dropshipping and doing FBA, because he realizes he can make 20 times the amount of money he was making being an internet marketer and affiliate. He was making already high six figures, but he saw the power now of this FBA dropshipping method. And I had a long talk with him the other day, and he's 100% focused now on just building his dropshipping business, because you can literally turn it into a 6- and 7-figure a year business. So Carmina and my goal is to really help as many people out there as possible. get the same type of results that we're getting. And so we're glad to have you on the team. Usually our hangouts aren't like this. This is today. Today's just been
Yes.
it's just been a crazy day today. We had a hangout scheduled earlier. There were some problems there, some mix-ups, and then now because we had to change the time, I have to drive to a meeting. But you can also watch past Google Hangouts. If you would like to email me or Carmina or post it in the Facebook group, I will send you the links to past Google Hangouts that you can watch as well and get a lot of information and training there as well.
That's right, exactly, Bishop. So really what we want to just emphasize here, guys, is that we're not just here just to, be feel good and kind of like, pat each other on the back, but really actually be directing everybody's future. If you have I know that all of us have goals, that we have people that we love in our life. This is something which is very, very solid, and it can translate into a real business with assets. But startup costs, etc., are so much less than actually having a traditional business, if you will, where you need a lot of capital to buy into a franchise, etc. And I think we already know all of that stuff. But I guess the direction we sort of want to be going into is you want to be thinking long term, you want to be thinking vision, you want to be thinking a legacy. Okay, so that's why we have been talking a little bit about Amazon, well, quite a bit actually, because I really believe that's where the legacy part of it comes into, especially when you start developing and private labeling your own products. Now that does sound kind of scary. But it's really not that scary. If you start off small, you start off with one product, and then you just you see how that goes. You put the full weight of DS behind you. Like we know that we have close to tens of thousands of people in the Pro who could be selling the product for us, right? So you already have like built-in sales when you're a part of DS. So it's a very low risk, in my opinion. Way to really build a very substantial business with real assets, with branding, etc. Okay, so, but I know that you guys are mainly selling on eBay right now. I want to just share with you a really great resource that's something that I've come across actually a while ago now, and they've proven to be an excellent company to work with. I buy them from them wholesale, as well as checked out their dropshipping program. So is it possible, Bishop, to do like a quick screen share? Because I know that I'd announced on Facebook and I wanted to share with you a really great resource for you guys still selling on eBay. Can we do that? I think I can do that on my end, right? I think the screen is frozen. Okay, Bishop has disappeared from the building. Gosh, I'm going to see if I can just go ahead and do a screen share. Here we go. Okay, I'm just going to go and pull up the site. Reports. Okay, let's find it here. Okay, so I'm now going to finalize the screen share since I have actually, there we go. Okay, I don't know if anyone can see my screen because it's showing up as black on my side. Maybe you can, okay, because I think I'm seeing a lot of black papers, probably because that Bishop dropped out. What you're seeing here, and unfortunately it looks like it's just a small thing in the bottom of the screen. I apologize for that, but just to give you the URL, the URL is https://dropship.coalimports.com. There you are, Bishop. Okay, you disappeared there for a moment. So this is here the site Cole Imports. Now, they have a drop shipping program, okay, which is super duper duper useful because it means you can basically go ahead and still be listing products and having them fulfill the product and send it to your customer. So it's actually free to create an account, and they don't have, unlike a lot of other places that do dropshipping programs, you got to pay a membership fee and all that sort of stuff. With Cole Imports, you don't have to do that. So you can basically sell different things at wholesale prices. Like, say, for example, this wall inch clock. Okay, so you can actually sell this for $6.67. If we should go to like an eBay and just do a little bit of a price comparison. so some of these ones, it's quite a large, 2768. Okay, so there's a, okay, 1995, 2379, 1899. Okay, so you kind of get an idea. There's actually a pretty big price range, but you can see that there's some definite potential here for price arbitrage. Especially something, once again, my rule of thumb is when you're choosing something, make sure you don't get your taste gets in the way, but you want to also find something that looks more expensive than it is. Okay, so you want to try and find something that actually maybe has like a classic finish. Actually, this clock sort of looks pretty nice. So $6.67 per piece. You can ship it out by the piece. Okay, so that's actually pretty cool. That's just one item. They have like it says here there are 3,000 plus items. I think that's always changing. So it's a really great company to work with as well. If possible, you want to work directly with somebody there. I know that I do that for the wholesale side of it, where the price arbitrage is just incredible. Once again, just going on about Amazon FBA, where you can make, gosh, 2, 3, 4, 5 times plus. In fact, I'm sourcing something right now which I'm getting for $1. Let's see if I get this straight. It's like $1.65. I'm going to be selling it for $24 on Amazon, and it's a product that's in the top 10,000 in its niche. Okay, so that just goes to show. Obviously, you've got to factor in the FBA fees and stuff like that, but it's a pretty handsome profit once you do that. But just getting back to here, for those of you whose eBay is your primary focus, I would highly recommend getting onto this website right here, joining the program, and just sussing out and seeing what else they have. Bishop, did you have any thoughts on what I've just shared here? Okay, looks like Bishop has dropped out of the hangout.
Parmina, I'm here.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, so I just found this to be a super powerful tool, especially.
But can you? I'll come back in about 3 minutes. I'm
okay.
going to try to find some.
Okay, I think I gathered from what Bishop just said, but he's trying to find a place to park. Okay, so he can actually more fully engage with the hangout. Let's just go ahead and look and learn more about this program here. Does anybody have any questions about what I've just shared with coal imports? If you have, please go ahead and put them in the Google Hangout chat area. Okay. Okay, great. Here's the support stuff. I'm just waiting for some questions. I'm just sort of buzzing around this particular site right now. If you're still able to see my screen, they have a very dedicated staff here. They're based in Los Angeles as well, so you can even go to their warehouse. I believe it's based in Carson or Vernon, one of those two. I always get the two of those mixed up. But they are local to those of you who are based in Los Angeles, so you can actually go and even see product right there and just sort of get your hands on and get all excited about that. So they're very, very accessible actually, which I really, really like. You also, one of the things that might come up as well is that you don't need to have a reseller number in order to be able to buy from coal imports. So that's a really great bonus for those of you who might be thinking, like, what? I'm not like a wholesaler, or how can I buy things so inexpensively? Because I know that we're used to buying retail when we are drop shipping from the different source sites that we learn about in DS, right? But for coal imports, you don't need to have a reseller permit in order to be able to do business with them, which I think is really cool. So let's see what else they have going on here. Okay. Just a bit more of a jumbo dice. Okay. Yeah, so you can see there's like tons of, oh great, so thinking like winter, thinking seasonal. Another thing as well you might be thinking is that where can I get good photographs to be listing on eBay if I'm sourcing from these guys? Okay, so it's a question that I asked them actually just yesterday, and this is where it helps to contact them and create a relationship with the salesperson in their company, because they'll be able to get you, like, maybe fast track you some different resources that we would be needing as drop shippers. So let's say, for example, if you wanted to get this guitar, they did say that the development team may have some of the products, excuse me, some slightly, like, maybe higher res photographs that we would be needing to put on our listing. Now, if you wanted to, okay, this item is out of stock, but if you wanted to get more pictures, especially for those of you who are based in LA, I mean, I would recommend just buying one of the products and then photographing it yourself. You can actually do a pretty good job, a pretty decent job, if you put up an entire white backdrop and also a floor, like make sure the floor is covered as well. And then you can go to a place like, if you actually take some raw high-res pictures of those items, then you can actually go to like a Fiverr.com and have those items turned into really professional looking 3D images. Okay, so I've worked with quite a few of these different designers. What they need is a really high-res version of the original product, and then they can take it over shadows. They can make it look like the item has been shot in a super professional looking studio. That's what they do. They have access to different software and things like that can make them look like perfection. Okay, even if it's shot on a sheet in your living room. Okay, against a white background or whatever. So they can even some of them can even take the background out of an image and put it into a background of your choice. So that's really cool as well if you wanted to do some more, I guess, some more lifestyle pictures depending on what the product is. But that's on Fiverr.com. Just as a tip there, when you're ordering, you always want to get a quote from the designer to get the source files from them. That would be, and it's normally an extra charge that they don't necessarily advertise. So therefore, and just to cover yourself, you always want to ask for that up front, asking for the source files, and then they'll charge you accordingly. And then I find that they deliver much more quickly on those source files, which you'll need to get. Then you can keep those and have them for any kind of advertising you want to do, or obviously upload them onto eBay, making sure the photographs are actually of the right size and all that good stuff that we know from listing on eBay. So, Bishop, are you back with us?
Hey, Carmina?
Yes.
Can you hear me? I just got
yes,
a message
I can.
from I just got a message from Tiffany.
Okay.
And, she didn't realize that we had already started. So I think you said you saw her, but for some reason she didn't realize we started. So I'm trying to help her get in.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes, I did. I saw Tiffany. Tiffany, I'm so sorry that you missed the first part of that. Because it looked like that you were actually.
Her Bill can't see anything.
Oh no. Okay. Gosh. Can they see stuff now?
Carmina, tell them to make sure they hit play on the screen, or refresh the screen.
Okay. Thank you. I will. So, guys, if you are having problems seeing the screen, but you can hear me obviously, then please go ahead and refresh the screen. And so you should be able to join us. Please go ahead and do that. And Bishop, can you get a confirmation that they're on?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
Okay.
I'm talking to them on Skype.
Oh, okay. I just said for Tiffany, Bill had been on for 30 minutes. Let's re-click the link in Facebook. Okay, so she's messaging in Google as well.
Okay, yeah, hopefully she didn't click on the old link.
Oh, I see. Okay. So you created a new link in Skype, did you?
Create a new link.
Okay. Okay. Gosh, I'm so sorry about this. I think what we might also do as well is for people who missed the first half an hour of us. Let's do another hangout, Bishop, where you can also go over your online strategy.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry about this, guys. I think I'm still sharing my screen with you. I'm just buzzing around Facebook and all over the place. Okay. I can actually hear people joining us when they are doing that little sound. That
Um,
little
yeah, I
chime.
believe it's set for that.
Okay, cool. Good. Well, I'm hearing a few chimes, so that must mean we must be seeing a few more people. Okay, cool. Features catalog. Just go and have a look at the catalog real quick. Another thing that I also wanted to mention as well, guys, is that when you're using the app and you are stockpiling your items, which I hope you are doing, you know, sometimes it might be you want to also be thinking of the idea that I just shared with you a few moments ago, where you want to be taking your own product pictures and then sending them into Fiverr as well to get them looking like really hyper real. Okay, it's called, when you're looking for a designer in Fiverr, you want to find someone who's doing 3D imaging. Okay, that's the search word you want to be using on Fiverr, 3D imaging, and oftentimes it's more than $5. Which is understandable given it is actually fairly labor intensive to be able to do it. So you could be, I have not paid more than $100. Actually, that was a unique, excuse me, that's actually a bit of an exaggerate. That was actually rather getting a bit of a mix up. That was for a special package design. Okay, but to do the 3D imaging, you won't be paying more than like maybe $30 for getting those images done. So.
And Carmina, I have a lady that she's with DSD, and she's been doing images for a lot of us, me, Jim, and a whole bunch of people. So I'll post her information.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, and she's really good. So I'll post that into the group.
That would be a really great resource, yes. Because once again, images set us apart on eBay as well, not just thinking about product pictures on Amazon. So there we go. So there's eBay there. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, "Gosh, where do I even start about really maximizing, just getting back to the holiday season?" So what you want to be doing, if you haven't been doing it, or maybe it doesn't apply to you, because I know that a few of us actually have pretty established eBay, like account limits, is that if you haven't had your account limit raised recently, then go ahead and get that raised now. Okay, so you want to go ahead and get your account limits raised, and then you also want to go ahead and start looking around for products, and especially using this resource that I've just shared with you, Cold Imports Dropshipping Program, because you can make a seriously good margin on those things. Once you've actually done that, then you want to once again be thinking about, you know, sort of seasonal specific products. Now it's funny because I think I shared on Facebook a couple of weeks ago about a squirrel lamp, okay, it's basically like this kitschy looking little lamp which had like a squirrel and a tail and someone holding some acorns and stuff like that. I mean, really, I mean, in my view, and tacky, okay, but seriously, this thing has been selling like crazy, and it's like, that's why if I let my own taste get in the way, then, you know, I never would have listed the product for sale. So you want to be always thinking about what would somebody else like, okay, and it's really as we know, using the spider method, as Tiffany was mentioning in the Facebook chat earlier this week, about how just applying the techniques that you learn in DS and really just take them to heart and just make it very, very impersonal. Okay, just go ahead and just master the techniques, and that's outlined in there. And do I have any questions about what I've just shared so far about coal imports, drop shipping, any of that sort of stuff, getting 3D images done, anything like that? Are we getting any questions here, Bishop?
I'm still trying to help them get in. They're still having a problem.
Okay. For those of us who are on the Hangout, we apologize for these technical glitches. I think that just one of those things that happens. But I love the power of intention that Bishop's in his car right now, like just determined that these other people will join us. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah. Another thing as well, because I'm glad that Bishop mentioned the whole thing about internet marketing, because I know that those of you who are on this hangout, that this is not the first online business that you probably sussed out, that you probably had a look at. So you're probably very familiar with different internet marketing strategies. And so what I love about DS is that they're really taking that to heart and providing us the tools to marry things that traditionally haven't really been, as you will, enhanced by internet marketing. Because what I mean by that is that a lot of sellers on eBay, for example, have zero idea how to drive traffic to their listings. They just are simply taking for granted that because it's eBay and they're selling stuff that people want, they're not just going to get sales, right, without doing any of the keyword enhancing stuff we do with our images and stuff like that. So I'm also referring to DS supremacy. If you haven't taken a look at that, I highly recommend you log into the back office and take a look, because it really, I think, is the key to really integrating all the different stuff, like all the expertise of the DS founders like Kevin and Tatesh, and obviously Roger, but putting all of their skills together and really amplifying eBay as a vehicle for selling products. So in a bit of a nutshell, it's where you can create an email list and a body of customers who will then will be able to be hearing from you different products that you have available in your eBay listings. So it keeps track of what people are wanting, what people are buying, and I think it's just so unbelievably powerful. So I really highly recommend you take a look at that and upgrading to it if you have the resources, or if you can also see what the return on investment would be. If you can actually see that, then I also would highly recommend, with regard to DS Genesis, that gosh, for me it was just like a no-brainer investment. Okay. Because the return, you have to think of it not only just the initial outlay, but also the return on investment as well. I mean, you're basically getting an entire potential legacy-based business for under $2,000. I haven't checked the pricing of Genesis recently, but I believe that it's probably around $1,700. I could be completely wrong, but if that's why I recommend that you actually go ahead and just at least log into your back office and check it out, and take that next step in your business to really leverage the power of Amazon and branding your own stuff. But there's several different steps between here and there. Okay, so that's what I love about Genesis, is that it takes you, holds your hand literally, by listing all these different places where you could be sourcing from different other eBay sellers. And then it gives you all these different great wholesalers that are based in the US. Some of them do require a reseller permit, that I've noticed, that I've worked with, and others don't. Okay, so there's a whole range of options there, and they literally have millions of products that you can, and that's no exaggeration, as an aggregate, they have millions of products that you can go ahead and take advantage of crazy price arbitrage on Amazon. Okay, either creating your own listings or simply listing your stuff underneath an existing listing, and then shipping it FBA. That means that you will get the most exposure, because they want to highlight the sellers that are doing FBA over those sellers that aren't. Okay, I mean, Amazon's very, very smart. They obviously know they make money from FBA, so they're going to be promoting people who are using their service over those who aren't. So that gives you an edge right there. So that's something that I highly recommend that you do, that you check into your back office and really look at Genesis, scrutinize it, and do the return on investment. Like, write it down on a piece of paper if you need to. If you're the sort of person that needs to see, needs to make those calculations. Okay, I would also take a look at, you look at some of the site fundamentals of Amazon. I mean, it's like the #1 shopping site in the world, millions of visitors a month. Okay, and it's so funny how different products can take off because of the sheer size of traffic. Like, I saw something quite obscure the other day where it was something like a hummingbird feeder was a huge seller on Amazon. It was like in the top 10 under patio, lawn and garden, in that particular niche. I mean, who would have thought, right? But that's a kind of random thing that you could be sourcing something from from a from a wholesaler in the US, and all of a sudden it takes off, and then you're thinking, oh my gosh, I can't keep this in stock. But it's something, it just seems to, it can happen because of the amount of traffic on there. So I think I've gone on a little bit, quite a bit about this. Bishop, did you want to add anything to what I've been saying?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you in terms of taking ownership of your business and upgrading, and really taking a hard look at what this opportunity involves, and the reward worth the effort. There's a lot of businesses, as you know, you can start that would cost you typically tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. And in most of those type of businesses, whether it's a restaurant or customer service type of business, usually in those businesses, in those industries, you don't see a return for several years, and people know that. I have a friend who just opened up a restaurant and spent $500,000 on this restaurant, and she already told me she doesn't expect to see a return, or a profit, I should say, for several years. But she's willing to get there every day, work tremendous hours, and work very hard, and hopefully, return a profit, 5-10 years from now. With this opportunity, like Carmina said, for less than $2,000, you can literally have a six-figure a year business or more that you're able to do from the comfort of your home with minimal hours compared to other businesses that you can start.
Mm-hmm.
I would take it serious like a business, and absolutely upgrade to get all the tools. Be a doctor. You're going to want to make sure you have the best tools and everything in place so that you can provide the best service and get the best return. And so look at it that way, like a business. You want to make sure you have all the tools, all the education, so you can really get out there and get the results that you want. Don't look at this as a hobby where, okay, I'll post a couple of things every day and hope that I sell something for $5. No, you need to get into the mindset of, I'm going to surround myself, engulf myself in this industry, learn everything I can, have all the tools that can save me time and money, especially with the Supremacy and Genesis that we have now. By Christmas time, you will be singing a different tune if you plug in to all the platforms and tools that we have and take massive action. You'll see the results. And I mean, we've seen it with Tiffany, Bill, and Mervin, who have all upgraded to higher platforms, mm-hmm. and are now getting really, really great results and starting to pick up in business because they're taking that leap of faith and continuing their education. So
that's exactly right. And I have to say, guys, that I'm just super excited about selling on Amazon, and I want all of us to, just to blow it away over there, because you really can. It's like, it would be just so fun to be able to help each other, with like developing like different products, and just keeping each other abreast of what's going on, and maybe someone and different kind of sources, and just like ideas about branding and stuff like that. We can really take it to that next level. Plus, I have to say, even though bless my customers, bless them, but we know that customer service and all this sort of stuff, I really emphasize it. Like I've always said, it's such a business asset. At the same time, I'm really I'm actually really looking forward to just doing exclusively FBA, because I don't have to deal with people who want to know about why this particular ride-on toy doesn't have like the silver trim, or all this sort of stuff, and they want to return it because all this sort of stuff. It's just like, I'm kind of done with all of that.
Carmina?
Yes.
Yeah. Just to piggyback on what you just said, I agree with you 1,000%, and that's kind of why me and Jim Chow, we've kind of switched gears now, and a lot of other drop shippers are now really focusing more on FBA, and I've already been making adjustments myself to really just more focus on FBA, almost 100%, because it's just so much fresher air there, so to speak, and higher profits as well.
Exactly. And what's really cool is that we're sort of on eBay, we're kind of at the mercy of like the one negative feedback or all that sort of stuff, because it's or it's like there's always that thing at the back of your mind that you want to be, obviously you want to be very customer focused. But at the same time, it's like it's so great when you have like a company like Amazon who've spent like hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billions, just like building themselves out, like having like the top customer service. Their website is really it's super easy to do returns, and they handle all of that stuff. Right, they handle all of that stuff, and at the same time, that actually makes your Amazon account really grow strong because you're getting such positive feedback, and it's really because you're just doing FBA. Amazon's doing all the heavy lifting, right? But you're getting the result of having really great customer feedback. Yes.
Can you? I know you said we have someone new on. Can you kind of define and kind of tell what FBA is compared to the other dropshipping, just in case she doesn't even know what FBA is at this moment?
Thank you, Bishop. Thank you very much for pointing that out. Yes, Deborah, if you have no idea what I'm talking about or what we're talking about when we're talking about FBA, FBA basically means fulfilled by Amazon. So that's basically where you create an Amazon account and you send products into Amazon to be fulfilled by Amazon. So they basically do all of the shipping and returns and all that sort of stuff through their fulfillment centers, and they have several, all around the US, and I think also overseas too. So that's what FBA means, fulfilled by Amazon. So you do pay a small fee, but there's actually a really handy tool called FBA Calculator, which you can Google, and you can actually see exactly how much someone is making off a product. If you go ahead and copy and paste what's called the ASIN number, it's actually a unique number always beginning with a B on Amazon. It's a unique product code. You can actually copy and paste that code into FBA Calculator, and you simply put in the final price that you can buy the item for on Amazon. You can see exactly at the end of that calculation how much you're making, okay, on that product. So that's extremely useful information because if you decide to source that product from somewhere, you know exactly what your margin is, and you know exactly how much you want to source that product for. Okay, so that's really invaluable information. So that's one of the things that we're stressing here, Deborah, and people who might be new to the concept of FBA, is that you want to always be thinking of how to make the competition irrelevant. Okay, so as dropshippers, we're always competing against other dropshippers, right? But if you have your own product, you create a following around your own product, like a cute character or unique branding or a great name, or you're filling a niche, rather an aspect of a niche, like you're niching down a niche that no one's thought of before, right? One other person might be doing it, but they haven't aimed it at children, for example, or women, or something. You can see there's an opportunity there. Then you can jump right in there with your own product and branding. And actually, very excited. One of these, Bishop and I are currently working on something together where we actually take you through how to do that as part of a greater product, which can really, it's really once again long-term thinking, making your competition irrelevant. Okay, creating brands. That's really where it's at. Bishop, did you have any comments there?
Just one update real quick. Tiffany, Bill, and Mervin. Bill found it through YouTube. They found our live feed through YouTube. So now they're on it now through YouTube.
Okay, great. Were they okay? Okay, good. Well, welcome, guys. I'm sorry you missed the majority of this of our hangout. So did they? I mean, guess will we have to basically redo this hangout with repeating the information that we shared earlier, because I know this wasn't recorded, or was it?
Yeah, they're always recorded.
Oh, they are. Excellent. Yeah. Excellent. Great.
Yeah, with the Google Hangout, Google automatically records them, every single one.
Oh, good. Okay, great. Well, I'm glad that that's the case.
Yeah, but yeah, you guys, we're gonna, now that we're back in full swing. I got to admit, I was a little bit off in my calculations of my child.
The parents listening to this, they'll be nodding their heads sagely, like, "Yep, me too."
So, because I thought I was Superman and was going to be able to do a lot and still have the newborn there, but I was on sleep. I was actually going to have, and how much time it was going to take. So we're back now, and so we're gonna start doing our usual weekly on a regular basis again, and so we're gonna get everything back on track now for you guys and continue to grow. And I want to set a challenge up, for us to grow the biggest team, the strongest team with the most production out of our teams in terms of product that we're selling and volume that we're selling out there in the marketplace. And then sometime next year, we do an event that's just our team where we all go together and celebrate and have a good time. So I just want to throw that out there that I think we can all work hard over the next several months, and then maybe I'll figure out a way for all of us to get together and kind of meet just face to face and get to know each other and have a good time.
I think it's an absolutely terrific idea. Yeah, I love it, and I would also, I mean, I know it'd probably be a bit unfair if I was to suggest the South Island of New Zealand. So I'll come to wherever you guys want to be. I love it. That sounds great.
Awesome. But yeah, in terms of FBA, it is absolutely one of the most powerful methods I've seen online, and it does take away a lot of the, I don't want to say necessarily the headache, but a lot of the other mundane work that you have to do with the other strategies, which is completely fine. It's still very simple compared to work, like in an office or something. But like Carmina said, you don't have to worry about the customers and all that kind of stuff. So I would rather just go and use the app. If you guys have not used the app yet, make sure you download and get the app. But I would rather just go shopping. My wife loves to shop, and so I would rather just tell her, hey, here's the app, go have a blast. And while we're out with our son, we can be working. We can scan items and see what we could make on it if we sold it through Amazon and FBA and stuff like that. It's just a really fun way to build your business, and also a great way to recruit new members to DSD, because they're able to actually use the app for a certain amount of time before they have to join, but it lets them see the experience of going out and realizing how much money you can make. So now it's funny, because when I go shopping, I don't even want to go to necessarily buy something for myself. Now I'm just constantly scanning to see how much I can make. So it's kind of changed the paradigm of shopping. It's not, okay, I'm going to go get something. It's now let me go see how much I can make by going shopping. So it's a really fun thing to do.
It's tremendous. It's tremendous, Bishop. I know. That's why I kind of wish, I mean, I do love living here, but I also think, I mean, like stuff in New Zealand, you can't really get the price arbitrage sort of high, if you will, going around my local hardware stores here, because everything is imported and quite expensive. But if I was still living in Los Angeles, my gosh, I'd be going to all the Targets and Walmarts that I could, because it's almost like getting the shopper high, but without the shopper pain, right? It's just and also it's a really fun and very sort of social. I mean, it's like you really have power. I mean, it sounds kind of strange, but it's like.
I love that. That's true.
Yeah, it's a very powerful feeling to know that you can be walking around and instead of thinking, oh my gosh, how can I afford this or whatever, it's like, oh gosh, I could be making this amount of money or this amount of money, right? And you don't have any of the overhead of a traditional shopkeeper or like store owner or anything like that, right? This is such a game changer. It's like we'll be looking back on this time and thinking that was like a huge moment, for people who want to have a home-based business.
Right. And for Deborah out there and anyone new, what we're talking about is we have an app, if you haven't gotten hold of the app, where you can actually go to stores, you can scan the items into your phone, into the app, and it'll show you exactly what you can make if you were to list that item and sell that item through Amazon. It includes all the fees and everything in there for you, so you can see real hard numbers and give you a gist of what you can actually make. It's a game changer in the industry, and we are the only ones who have this app. So our founders of DSD are the ones who actually created this app for us, members, and it's an amazing tool. So that's kind of what we're talking about, to let you know what we're talking about. But it does show you all the data that you need to know whether you should purchase this item or not. So it kind of takes the risk factor way down, as opposed to just going there and saying, hey, I like this. Maybe I can sell it on Amazon and not have a clue of what you can really make, or if other people are selling it and what they're selling it for. So now with this app, it does all of that work for you instantly, and you can get that data to make an educated decision on whether you should buy that item and then send it in for FBA or not.
Exactly. So super duper powerful for those of you who are living, who've got an Android phone. I think Bill shared that it was available on Apple. I need to double check and see if I can. I still want to download it and just sort of try it out over here, even though I'm sure the price opportunities probably won't be quite the same as they would be if you were living in the US. And I believe most of our team are actually in the US, so that's pretty cool. Do we have any last-minute things you wanted to share with the team before we sign off, Bishop?
One is, remember, if you're still doing especially Deborah, if you're just getting started, you might be doing the eBay and Amazon method. One thing is to make sure that you reset your RSS feeds at least once a week. That way your listings are reposted at the very top of the search engines with Amazon and eBay. To get information on that, there is information in our group page. You can go to files and you'll see the how to do that, to reset your RSS feeds once a week. And let me see what I'm trying to cover things because we have some new people on here.
Yes.
Also, we do something, Deborah and whoever else is new on there, we do something called a hot seat. We didn't do it this time, but usually we have someone with us on the hangout for the first part of the hangout, and we actually go through your listings with you live. We look at the stuff you're listing. We help you change your keywords and tighten up your listing so you can get more exposure and more sales. And we would love to have you on our next one next week, especially if you're new, because it will make all the difference in the world for you. We've done that with Tiffany. We've done it with Mervin. And Tiffany, actually, right an hour, 30 minutes after we did this hangout with her, she made sales on a product that she was trying to sell, just because some of the tweaking we did to her listing. So I definitely highly recommend that you sign up to be in one of our hot seats for next week, and we'd be glad to work with you one-on-one and really get your listings tightened up so you can start generating some good income.
That's a terrific idea. Yeah. So it's just really cool because it's also just creating that sense of community. And I know that people are always ready to help each other out in our group and our team. And so it's also really nice to get some insights from those people who have really stuck with building their dropshipping businesses, like Mervin and Tiffany, and other folks, Bill, and I'm actually not seeing. Let's see. Gosh, I've just got the worst. It comes from sleep deprivation for years. Tomoko. I'm sorry, Tomoko. I just blanked on your name just then. But yeah, so these are all guys who are very, very interactive. And I love it when they also add some of their insights on the Hangout as well. So it's just a really great way to build community and to get people having a shared experience.
Carmina, one last thing.
Yes.
For me is, for the remainder of this year, you're going to hear me and Carmina do a lot more talking now about the affiliate side of DSD.
Yes. Thank you, Bishop.
We have a great team, but we want to grow. Yeah, we want to really grow this team really big because, again, we know that this is something people need. There are so many people right now that are in situations where $500 more a month would make all the difference for them. It would save their house. It would do so much for them. Most people are only $500 a month away from bankruptcy here in America, unfortunately. But we know that this method could put way more than $500 a month in someone's pocket. So we want to get out there and really expose this to as many people as possible. And so you're going to hear us start talking a lot about the affiliate side of this. It's a great way to generate income that you can use then for your drop shipping business. That's kind of how Jim Chow started. He focused first on the affiliate side because he already knew the method was solid, and he generated hundreds of thousands of dollars, and so have a lot of other people with DS.
Mm-hmm.
Show you guys exposing this and getting it out there to people and start building the team so that way you're making additional cash flow every single month just from the affiliate side. So that's a very important aspect of DSD that I don't want you to brush aside because it's a very powerful aspect that can really help you tremendously.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I just want to quickly add something to that, Bishop. Thank you so much for bringing that up. And that is that, especially with the app, it's a huge recruiting tool. And one thing, guys, to remember is that if you download the app onto your phone and you scan something in, like a Target, local Target, you can actually see there's no item limit. I mean, excuse me, item minimum that you need to send into FBA. You can send just one thing in, right? Or 3 things. You don't have to send 30 things in. I mean, Amazon is such a canny company, is that they want as many products on there as possible, and so they make it as easy as possible to be able to sell FBA. So you can actually, like, if you can only afford to buy 3 things, buy those 3 things. You can calculate the amount of money you're going to be making, and just know that you're making a small investment, but you're getting like a return on that investment right there and then. Okay, so that enables you to do something like that. You don't have to go crazy and buy 50 things and think that's the only way to make it worthwhile. You can start off with like just a few things, like 1 or 2 even, and just get into motion. Just get into motion. Just take action on it. But anyway, I think that we're probably reaching the end now of this hangout, and this was something else that you would like to bring up, Bishop.
No, that's it. I know we had, like we said, we do apologize for the technical difficulties and the earlier mix-up, but we will see you guys again next week, and it'll be all solid and good, and we're just excited to keep hearing the testimonies. Make sure you guys are in the group, posting stuff every day and getting to know the other members. I know Tiffany, Mervin, and Bill and everyone are great at that. So we want to keep that going, and I'd like to give a special congratulations to Tiffany, Bill, and Mervin, and Tomoko. We've been watching you guys and your success that you've been having with the dropshipping. We've been seeing that you've been selling more and getting more reviews and more customer interaction. So we just want to say way to go, way to stick in there, and this is just the beginning. So we're excited to keep growing this. This industry is evolving so much. I can't even imagine where it's going to be 2 years from now. It's going to be massive. So I just really appreciate all of you, and talking to you guys on the next hangout. Go ahead, Carmina.
Yes, thank you, Bishop, and I second I second your words there, and I just really appreciate all of you guys and for staying with it. I love seeing the interaction on Facebook myself, and also hearing your success stories. Also sharing your challenges with us too. Please do that. Because I know it's not all, it's not all like tiptoeing through the tulips or whatever the term is. So yes, if you want, just we are a community. Please keep us posted as to how you're doing, even if it sucks, like you've had a terrible week, and you just want to like have some like positive, feedback. Please, let us know all that sort of stuff too, because we're here for you guys. So on that note. Thank you so much, Bishop, for for doing this, hosting the hangout from your car, above and beyond the Call of Duty. And we do look forward to doing more webinars with you. We're going to be doing one next week, and we also want to get started on the affiliate side as well. I think we'll be doing that in the next week or 2 as well.
Yes. Definitely.
Right. Excellent.
Yeah, on the affiliate side.
Yes.
If you want to $5,000 or more a month.
I'm sorry, Bishop, you completely cut out the first part of what you just
Oh,
said.
I was saying with the affiliate side, set a goal. I mean, if you want to make an extra $1,000 to $5,000 or more a month residually, the affiliate side is definitely a powerful source to do that. And so Carmina and I are going to show you guys exactly how you can build that on the residual side. So yeah, over the next couple of weeks, we're going to really start diving into affiliate stuff as well. That's all.
Excellent. Thank you very much for sharing that. All right, guys. Have an excellent rest of your week. Wonderful to be hanging out here with you. And please, we'll be seeing each other on Facebook.
Take care.
Bye-bye, everybody.